Do you dare drive over the edge of a precipice where only millimeters separate you from death? Today, we take you on a breathtaking journey through the most dangerous roads on the planet, from the Himalayan passes that swallow trucks to the Bolivia Death Road, and even to tracks suddenly submerged by the ocean. You will discover terrifying secrets and unimaginable human challenges, and explore terrain where there is no room for error. If you are a thrill seeker, this video was made especially for you. Don't forget to hit the like button and subscribe to the channel to join our world of adventures. Let's go! Yungas North Road, Bolivia. This road has long been described as the most dangerous road on Earth, with hundreds of deaths annually before an alternative route opened in 2006. At its peak, the number of victims ranged between 200 and 300 deaths per year, with an average of one truck or bus plunging into the ravine every 2 weeks. The road is only about 3 meters wide and has no guardrails. It is bordered by a vertical rock wall on one side and a precipitous drop of approximately 600 meters on the other. This remains the only road in Bolivia that requires drivers to stay on the left side of the road, allowing them to estimate the distance of their wheels from the edge, contrary to national traffic laws. Water cascades down the cliffs directly onto the dirt surface, making it wet and unstable year-round. Memorial stone crosses line the edge, marking the locations of fatal accidents. Despite this grim record, the road still attracts around 25,000 visitors annually who seek to test their ability to take risks.
The Atlantic Ocean Road,
Norway. Classified as one of the world's most weather-sensitive coastal transport projects, the construction crews withstood 12 major storms during the 6 years of work between 1983 and 1989. The approximately 8.4-kilometer route connects small islands via bridges and footbridges built over complex marine geology under constant wave influence. The curved arches of its bridges were designed with aerodynamic calculations to deflect the forces of strong winds. Weather conditions can change from clear skies to severe storms in minutes, with waves engulfing the road and significantly reducing visibility. The Stortesund Bridge features a unique slope and curve that from certain angles makes the road appear to disappear into thin air before descending to the other side. Despite its relatively short length, the road attracts huge numbers of visitors because of its unique combination of marine engineering and the ever-changing forces of nature.
Zojila Pass,
India. The Zojila Pass is the only land route connecting the Kashmir Valley and Ladakh. Due to its extreme narrowness and unstable muddy surface, it has one of the highest rates of truck and bus accidents in India. Parts of the road are barely wide enough for a single vehicle and completely lack guardrails, forcing drivers to cling to the edge of the cliff amidst thick fog and fierce mountain winds. The pass experiences record-breaking snowfall at high altitudes, with accumulations reaching between 15 and 24 meters. This creates a constant avalanche hazard and closes the road for approximately 6 months each year. Reopening the road in the spring requires the Border Roads Organization to undertake a large-scale operation using heavy machinery to clear the towering walls of accumulated snow. During migration seasons, vehicles share this narrow dirt track with huge herds of sheep and goats, leading to unusual traffic jams on those exposed slopes.
the Goy Passage,
France. The Goy Passage is the longest natural tidal road in Europe and has the highest rate of vehicles damaged by the sea in France due to driver misjudgment. The road stretches for nearly 4 kilometers and disappears completely beneath the sea twice a day, submerged underwaters ranging from 1.2 meters to approximately 4 meters deep, depending on the tides. 9 lifeguard towers rise above the surface along the road, providing the only refuge for pedestrians caught off guard by the waves. After each low tide, the road surface remains covered with moss, seaweed, and mud, making it slippery and icy. This results in dozens of vehicles being submerged annually. Once the tide recedes, thousands gather along the exposed edges to collect shellfish. The site also hosts the famous Folies du Goy race, where runners compete directly against the rising sea level.
Halsama Highway.
Philippines. This road is known as the Highway of Death in the Philippines due to the frequent fatal accidents where vehicles plunge into precipitous ravines over the decades. During the monsoon season, the road experiences one of the highest rates of landslides and rockfalls in the world, with entire mountainsides collapsing and obliterating sections of the road in seconds. The route is also notorious for its extremely dense fog, where visibility can be completely obscured even in broad daylight. Many sections are carved directly into the solid mountain slopes, forming semi-tunnels with massive rocky outcrops that dangle precariously close to the roofs of vehicles. Although the road winds alongside cliffs thousands of meters deep, many of its sharp turns lack guardrails, leaving vehicles facing the edge of the precipice.
Skipper's Canyon Road.
New Zealand. This is considered the most dangerous road in New Zealand and the only place in the country where 100% of rental car insurance policies become void once the vehicle enters it. This route was carved over 7 years into the vertical walls of the canyon above the Shotover River, where it is believed that more than 1,000 workers lost their lives in the harsh construction conditions. The road's body is made of schist rock, which generates thick clouds of dust in dry weather, while it turns into slippery, unstable mud during the rain. The canyon was once the center of a gold rush, and the river was described as the richest river in the world due to its exposed gold deposits. The Puncher's Bluff area required workers to suspend themselves by ropes approximately 183 meters above the river to manually excavate the rock. The road also includes the Skipper's Suspension Bridge, built in 1898, spanning 96 meters at a height of nearly 100 meters, supported by 14 steel cables, while numerous blind turns prevent oncoming vehicles from being detected in time.
Ferry Meadows Trail.
Pakistan. The Ferry Meadows Trail is the only access route to the base of Nanga Parbat, the 9th highest mountain in the world and one of the deadliest peaks for climbers. The trail was carved by hand centuries ago into the face of a cliff without the use of modern machinery and completely lacks structural reinforcement by contemporary engineering standards. Its narrow, uneven surface and lack of barriers make it impossible for ordinary vehicles to traverse, leaving the task to specially modified 4x4s, driven by skilled locals. Although the distance is only about 16 kilometers, vehicles need more than an hour to cover it, as speed must be kept extremely low along the exposed cliffs. The vehicle-friendly section officially ends at the village of Tatu, where the road disappears, and travelers must continue the remaining distance, approximately 5 kilometers, on foot or horseback.
Sani Pass.
South Africa. The Sani Pass is considered the most dangerous mountain pass in southern Africa in terms of accident and fatality rates due to its steep inclines, loose gravel surfaces, and unprotected cliff edges. This border road has a strict legal ban on two-wheel drive vehicles, and authorities prohibit any vehicle not equipped with four-wheel drive due to the high risk of getting stuck or falling off the edge. Within a short distance, the landscape changes abruptly from the lush green valleys of South Africa to the arid, high plateau of Lesotho. Before 1948, this route was merely a narrow mule track used to transport goods between the two countries. Upon reaching the summit, modern infrastructure disappears entirely, replaced by round Basuto mud huts and cattle grazing across the plateau, making the Sani Pass one of the most challenging mountain roads in Africa.
James Dalton Highway,
Alaska. Often described as a life-threatening challenge for motorcyclists, statistics indicate that 1 in 50 riders attempting this route is involved in an accident. The highway stretches for approximately 666 kilometers and was built in 5 months in 1974 to support the construction of the Trans-Alaska Pipeline. More than 70% of its surface is still composed of gravel, dirt, and crushed rock. Surface conditions are constantly changing, transforming into deep mud in the summer and deadly ice sheets in the winter. It is one of the very few roads patrolled by helicopters twice daily to locate disabled vehicles or accidents buried in snow, especially given the lack of communication along a continuous stretch of approximately 386 kilometers and the absence of gas stations or other basic services. Priority is given to heavy oil supply trucks, and temperatures in winter can drop to around 62 degrees Celsius below zero, which is cold enough to freeze liquids quickly and destroy plastic components.
Kabul-Jalalabad Highway,
Afghanistan. The Kabul-Jalalabad Highway is known as the Valley of Death due to its combination of treacherous gorge and decades of armed conflict along its route. Bomb craters and anti-tank marks are still visible on the road and surrounding slopes, reflecting the region's long history of instability. The road runs alongside steep cliffs, while the raging Kabul River flows below, creating a narrow passage for vehicles between the rock walls and the water. Traffic chaos reigns, with official signs almost entirely ignored. Heavy trucks dominate the road, pushing smaller vehicles to the edge. Accidents of vehicles plunging into the ravines are so frequent that it is difficult to accurately document the annual death toll. Despite these constant dangers, the highway remains a vital commercial artery, carrying thousands of trucks that support the economic movement between Kabul and eastern Afghanistan.
the 24 Curve Road,
China. This road is considered a benchmark for testing braking systems and vehicle load-bearing capacity, featuring 24 consecutive 180-degree turns within a distance of approximately 4 kilometers. Located in the high mountains of Guizhou, the road is often shrouded in dense fog that obscures the sharp turns and significantly reduces visibility. These turns were designed in a semi-symmetrical zigzag pattern to maintain a consistent gradient along the rocky mountainside. Its original structure of compacted gravel and earth was preserved instead of being fully paved, as it is a historical wartime road. At its peak, the road transported over 15 million kilograms of supplies monthly through narrow and steep terrain, where even a slight deviation could lead to catastrophic accidents.
Taroko Gorge,
Taiwan. This road holds a record for being repeatedly struck by the twin blows of earthquakes and tropical cyclones, causing constant rock slides and flash floods almost every year. During its construction from 1956 to 1960, at least 226 workers were killed and more than 700 injured while carving the marble mountains, making it the deadliest road project in Taiwan. Instead of tunneling deep into the mountain, many sections were carved directly into the marble face, creating canopies of overhanging rock and low-ceilinged tunnels that overlook precipitous cliffs. At the bottom of the gorge, the Liao River flows swiftly, its waters tinged with a turquoise-gray hue from the dissolved minerals of the eroding marble. Major rock slides occur at such a rapid pace that pedestrians in certain areas are required to wear hard hats, and a single powerful storm can completely halt traffic. At the end of our journey, we realize that these roads are not just passing paths, but living testaments to humanity's struggle for survival against the formidable power of nature. Behind every cliff and treacherous bend, stories of resilience and risk are written daily. Now, the question is for you. Which of these roads did you find the most terrifying? And would you dare to venture onto one of them? Share your opinion in the comments below the video. And if you enjoyed this exciting journey, please support us with a like and subscribe to join us on our upcoming adventures. Thank you for watching, and may God keep you safe.